Talking about Stray is a pretty big throwback for me. I was obsessed with this game and learning everything I could about it before it launched last summer, and one of my first, I'd say, real videos is about this game. I was playing through it the other day to test out my new Steam Deck, and I got to thinking, I wonder what BlueTwelve Studio is up to now. Things have been pretty quiet on their socials since launch, and obviously they wouldn't be announcing any new projects immediately after such a huge success. But there is something brewing. Quick disclaimer that there's no actual evidence that tells us what this next game could possibly be. The only real news we've heard from the studio is a recent job posting for an HR position that went up on January 4th. To me, this means two things. Number one, they are making another game, or else they wouldn't be hiring anyone. And number two, BlueTwelve Studio is expanding. Part of the job description includes taking charge of and supervising the studio's recruitment process. And this is wonderful news, but it's not very surprising. Stray already has just about 100,000 reviews on Steam after less than 1 year. To put this into perspective, Undertale has about 170,000 reviews after 8 years, and A Short Hike only has 10,000, and it deserves so many more. This is twice as many as Dishonored has, which is pretty crazy to me. These developers deserve all the love they've gotten, and I'm beyond excited to find out what their next project is all about sometime in the future. And since we don't know if this will be a direct sequel to Stray or something completely new, I'll go through both options. First, if BlueTwelve creates Stray 2. Look, I've been dead wrong about sequels in the past, so I don't know, maybe take all this with a grain of salt. In my video about Supergiant games, I said there's no way they'd make a Hades 2. But I definitely do see the appeal of sticking with what you know, especially since BlueTwelve has designed such a detailed world full of tiny secrets and clues for those who take the time to look. A creator named V-Limit has gone so far as to decipher one of the made-up languages in Stray. And yes, the game has multiple made-up languages. Obviously, the team cares a lot about this world and making it feel as real as possible. I've seen some people say it'd be foolish to drop this IP and move on to something new, while others hope the studio won't be pressured into making a sequel just for the money. There won't be any spoilers here, but the ending of Stray is not like 100% clear. It's kind of implied what happens, but you could kind of make a case for a couple different conclusions. So there's definitely room for the story to pick up right where it left off. And there's a lot they could do with this awesome world. Okay, what if BlueTwelve wants to make something entirely new? Let's say the creators have had this idea they've been wanting to try out for years now and could only make it work if Stray turned out to be a success. Well, BlueTwelve was founded by two rather mysterious people, Kula and Viv, who started working on the game in 2015. While we don't know much about them, we do know that they are willing to adapt and grow, and most importantly, they're willing to ask for help when they need it. In 2017, they officially founded BlueTwelve, which then consisted of 5 people. When they finally released Stray last year, the studio had grown to include at least 27 people. And they're continuing to grow, which means really anything is possible. There's no way that the version of Stray we have today would have been able to be created by just 2 people. I know that some indie developers really want to do everything themselves, maybe hire someone for music or art, but I'm sure they run into many limitations and end up having to cut features and simplify things. Kula and Viv, though, were willing and able to put their trust into a team of very talented people in order to create the game that they'd always dreamed of. So now, working with a studio that I'd imagined has become very close, and knowing each person's strengths and passions, BlueTwelve could come up with a completely new game that they're confident they can develop together. As for what it would be about, no idea. Nothing was given away in that HR job posting, and as far as I'm aware, there's no other news out there. Personally, I think the best of both worlds would be to create a new game that's set in the same world. Like I said, there's a whole history, new languages, and some pretty interesting stories to tell within these walled cities. So instead of directly continuing our cat's journey, what if we went back in time to the creation of the cities? Or what if we visited another one that's still thriving? I think there's definitely a lot they could do with these robot companions. But I've speculated for long enough now. I want to know what you all think. What would you like to see in BlueTwelve's next game? Personally, I don't mind whether they do a sequel or something new. I just want to be able to spend more time in their handcrafted and detailed worlds. I think that's what the studio will become known for in the future, storytelling through the environment. And I'm willing to wait many years to experience their next project, cause I know it's gonna be a good one.